3, 2, 1, go.
Background music.
You have to give us just 2 minutes. We're waiting for one more designer. Doodlage, and we had Gitanjali Woolens with Anuj Bhattani. A wonderful show with a very interesting concept, and especially when you add a hashtag to anything, it starts a revolution, a movement of sorts. And on Sustainable Fashion Day, which is today for Lakme Fashion Week, it was doing exactly that. I'd like to pass over the mic to Mr. Jaspreet Chandok, VP and Head of IMGR Fashion, to please talk about what this wonderful show was about and collaborating with 6 talented designers.
No. Firstly, it's 3 talented designers and 3 organizations that work with post-consumer waste, and it's tutelage. Yes. So that. And then I have to start correcting everybody's pronunciation here. But I think there are 2 things that the Lakme Fashion Week really has stood for the longest time, and what IMG Reliance feels is the future. One is young designers. We run the largest designer discovery program in the country, which is Gen Next. We've had some great exponents of that who have come over the years. And we are now taking that next step by supporting young designers to tell stories, and stories around sustainable fashion. So like we did in the 12 o'clock show, where we put young designers with young artisans, here the whole idea was to take some great young minds and apply them to the tenets of sustainable fashion, reimagining how post-consumer waste fabrics can be used in a more contemporary way. And eventually, once you start contemporizing usage, that's when the business of fashion also increases. And that's really where we are coming from. And we are glad to have partnered with these lovely young minds. Makes me sound very old when I say lovely young minds, but thank you, and it was just a fantastic show. So.
Kriti, we saw a lot of patchwork in your presentation. We'd love to hear from you about what was the concept and inspiration behind that when you were working on such a collection.
So Doodlage as a brand has always been working with post-production waste. Each of our garment takes up scraps from industrial, mass production units and work around that. That comes with a lot of challenges, but it was great to partner, on Sustainability Day for the same. The idea behind Patchwork was to represent the urban chaos that we are all living in at the moment, and the floral details on top of each of the garments sort of represented for me that hope that everybody can still look within and still sort of work towards a better future.
So hi, I want to actually ask you a question. Why relaxed fashion? I mean, you look really comfortable, and I love the way Aduna's complete attire looks, but why relaxed fashion? I mean, why did you go for that concept?
Whoever chose being uncomfortable over being comfortable. Yeah, I mean, it's all about being relaxed. I think it's all about putting on an outfit and not having to think about it. And that's why, that's who I am, and that's how I dress, and so I have to make my clothes like that. Otherwise, I'm not being true to my thought.
So, any particular reason why Aduna? I mean, it's a very fierce outfit. It's totally edgy. I mean, what was this concept like? Why did you choose
Because you're describing her. She's fierce, she's edgy, she's independent, and she's a woman every woman strives to be or wants to be. Or I mean, she's like an example someone sets, Yeah. And she's fun, and you saw her like on stage. It's not about taking things seriously. It's about having fun with everything, and that's including fashion. But just being a little more aware of making it sustainable, I think, is the key.
I think it was really fun to have that little jig towards the end, because Adna, that is so your personality. I mean, whenever we've managed to catch a glimpse of your life or managed to see the person that you are, that that actually comes through so beautifully. What are your thoughts on, spotting Sohaya Mishra?
Well, sporting a Sohaya Achola is definitely something I've been doing for many years. The fact that she believes in being relaxed is something I'm totally aligned with. I don't believe in being uncomfortable in what I'm wearing at all. And I think the fact that we're talking about sustainability, that's also something that's extremely dear and important to me. So props to Lakme Fashion Week for doing that.
Thank you so much. I'd like to open the floor to the media to ask their set of questions. Could we get a couple of questions from media?
Hi, I wanted to ask about layering. How different is the treatment of layering in this season?
For me?
For both of you.
I didn't tell you about hair layering.
I don't know. I don't actually follow a trend. For me, I just do different shapes.
Mike.
I don't know. For me, I just think in layers. I don't think it goes season to season. For me, I start with one piece and the next piece is like a gradual progression from it, and then it goes on like that from there. And to layer is just something.